We might go raw a little bit. Raw dog!
Years, the person that you're attracted to when you're on birth control is different than the person when you're off birth control.
I think it has something to do with the fact that my birth control was wearing out.
Even if a man is not valuable, he still knows his value on some level. Women, on the other hand, are so conditioned to seek their value.
I was born in Thailand, and I grew up in Georgia for a decade.
Think about these men, they have standards. Something that y'all girls should take a note out of their book.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. All right, guys, let's hop right into it.
But why do you use the condom with your side guy? Raw. We might go raw a little bit. Raw dog! Raw dog Jamal! Raw dog!
She belongs to the street.
You heard that? The guy said, do you use a condom with your side guy raw or use a condom with your side guy? Side guy. They all said raw dog. Do you see the way they think? Everything raw. That's why diseases are running so rampant now. Guys, seeing this, especially if you're in the hood, but it happens even outside the hood, right? Get your passport. Leave. Because you're putting yourself at risk. Next video.
8 years, the person that you're attracted to when you're on birth control is different than the person when you're off birth control.
Seriously? It's so crazy how true that actually is. And I'm going to reveal something that a lot of people aren't going to like, honestly. But it is what it is, okay? Health insurance in America is outrageous, and I can't afford to get it taken out. It's like $1,800 without health insurance. So anyways, I have this Nexaplon thing. Do you see it? Goopy. Anyways, I have Nexaplon, and I was with a guy for 3 years. I got it placed in about 2 years before we started dating, and a year into us dating, that's when our relationship started to like, you know what I mean? And I didn't know that fact, but I think it has something to do with the fact that my birth control was wearing out, and because everything started to change.
What are you talking about?
Even my job started to change. And by the end of it, I ended up moving into a van. Like, literally everything started to change. So, if you're on birth control and you're in a relationship, you might want to take a break and see if you really like that person.
It doesn't make sense.
Did that make sense to you guys? If you're on birth control, you may need to take a break to see if you really like that person.
No excuses. This
is wild, man. This is wild. But this is the logic of a lot of women. Now, if you have a man, why would you take a break? This is what you understand. Women complain so much about, guys aren't approaching women anymore. All of these things. And she's telling women to take a break because they're on birth control. Now, I do hear, and I want to get into that clip next, a lot of women, like their emotions are off when they're on birth control. And that's what it was stating. I don't know why she said what she said. But let me hop into the next video.
So the action I'm taking to protect my mental health today is throwing these away. There is no amount of psychoregulation or birth control worth me losing the ability to protect and regulate my own emotions. We got to find a better way. This ain't it. Click like if you feel me and let me know what you're doing to protect and preserve your mental health.
Wow. So pretty much that's what I was talking about, right? Birth control probably. And it's kind of like the same thing with sleeping pills. Let me tell you how I can relate to that. Of course, I don't need to take birth control. Of course not, right? But sleeping pills. When I take sleeping pills, I don't know what's in it. It makes me start feeling delusional and a little bit afraid. And I feel off, right? So I don't take sleeping pills. Usually, I replace it with Calm-Mal. And when I'm taking Calm-Mal, I feel like $1,000,000. I get the best sleep ever, at least 6 to 7 hours. and I feel great. So of course, if anybody's feeling like that, yeah, you should stop taking it. But be safe, right? How about refraining from having until marriage, right? That can save you from a lot of headaches and also keep you from being stressed. Let me hop on to the next video.
Y'all girls, y'all just don't know how to move. One thing about these men, they have standards. Something that y'all girls should take a note out of their book. Learn how to have some standards.
Let's talk about it, because I'm going to stand by this, and I don't care what nobody say. Even if a man is not valuable, he still knows his value on some level, and he plays that, and he plays to that, and he operates within that when it comes to his expectations of women and how he expects them to deliver. For whatever reason, which I can run those down if you'd like, but for a multitude of reasons, women, on the other hand, are so conditioned to seek their value through their relation and proximity to men and their approval of men that they don't know their value, or by the time they learn their value, they would have been dragged to hell and back through various experiences in life, right? And thus them learning their value. However, so much of our decision making as women is indicative of the fact that we don't know our worth. And it's just really simple. It's really simple. And if you watch how men move, from the choices that they make, from the boundaries that they uphold, to the women that they don't tolerate, as far as choosing to make her a wife or choosing to provide for her, they have strong boundaries and women don't. So we can say what we want to about how they operate, and it is questionable. However, some level of how they operate is effective. Learn your worth. Take note from men. And I'm not saying that you got to operate like men, but again, they not messing with nothing that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't vibing with it, they're not fitting a square peg into a round hole. That's what women like to do. That's what women like to do. Know your worth. Know your worth.
Facts. And both of them are right? And that's a perfect example of the passport bros. But there's men, not even just passport bros. There's men in the US that feel like this as well. A lot of guys have woken up and said, you know what? I'm not dealing with a woman for the streets. I'm not dealing with a woman with 5 kids. I'm not dealing with a woman who can't keep a man, right? If they see a woman and they know of her from somewhere and they see her bouncing around from guy to guy, or 2 or 3 baby daddies, guys are running away. That's why. And the almost 60% of men are single and childless. There's a reason. Let me hop on to the next video.
Yes, I have an accent because I ain't from here. I was born in Thailand, and I grew up in Georgia for a decade. And then I moved to Nebraska. Ain't she over there, by the way? How the hell y'all gonna tell me how I'm supposed to sound like? You ain't broken English, bitch. Or would you like for me to speak formally to you, sir? You, man.
Now, I don't expect her to stay the same, right? I actually expect her to be what she is now. And that's why guys are saying that. It says this is why we as passport bros tell other men to not bring women back here to the States. Now she's actually at child age. I think it's her mother that came over here, and she's at child age. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she came over here, got brought over here young, because the guys do bring them over here that young. I don't know what's going on, but still, this is exactly why guys can't bring them back. They get accustomed, right? She met a pookie out there, a bunch of pookies out there somewhere. I don't know where she's from, maybe the Virginia area, whatever it is. And she relates to them. She feels she likes them. She became a modern woman so much. Now she wants Chads and Tyrones and Pookies. And it's reflecting in the way she talks. She's not foreign anymore, pretty much. I don't consider her foreign. She says she's been out here 10 years. I expect her to be this way. But guys are making a point by saying this. And this is why we can't bring her back, because it's definitely more to life than going through things like this. She's changed. See you guys next video.